Yo, what up, Street Talks? There, Kim? Yeah, 잘하세요, 말똥이. 에. Promote others. 던져봐. 잘했어요. 물 거기 있어요. 응? So, key to success is to promote others. So, what do you do when you're on top? What do you do once you're on top of the mountain? So, here, what do you do once you become an Eric Kim and you're like, you know, the thought leader or the goat in your field? To me, the next logical option is just to promote others. So, whether it be friends, family, or people you like, just link to them and promote them. I think give other people a shout out. Even something Nassim Taleb does pretty good is in his books, which I highly enjoy reading, like Anti-Fragile, etc. He quotes his friends by first and last name, and it's a good thing because you kind of communicate to other people that certain ideas have a certain genesis in other places, and it's kind of like a good double beneficial. Is A, you benefit, you know, you promote your friends or people you like, and B, it's kind of a sign that you are so successful or munificent or 비행기, yeah, that you're so overly super abundant that in some ways you could quote afford to promote other people. And it doesn't actually matter if you're starting off or you're super famous or whatever. Is to always give other people a shout out or a hat tip is always a good idea. I personally like it because, I mean, okay, so some basic thoughts, right? Most people who own websites have a hyperlink to, yeah, 그치 말도, have a hyperlink to or they have tracking and stuff like that. So if, let's say, you promote somebody, you know, you link to somebody in your newsletter, your website, your blog, there's going to be a huge spike, and then they're going to be like, oh, where did that huge spike come from? And usually they'll actually see that it came from your own website. That's how tracking works. And so A, the people will feel gratitude, and actually B, like if you have marketing suggestions for anybody or certain things or people or business ideas, blog about it and hyperlink to their direct website. So for example, like you know, I know a lot of people from Apple, the Apple marketing team, Apple Photos, etc. 던져봐. Actually follow me in my blog. And so in the early days I had no idea, right, until much later. But now the upside is that, okay, 던져봐. 말똥이 is starting his mega pile of stuff, which I need to take out soon. So essentially, to get people, okay, so a basic thought is almost assume that you're more successful or influential or popular than you are. It seems like to be a good thought, right? Like, so for example, I had no idea until later, but you know, very famous, successful Hollywood producers and actors actually follow me, read my blog and stuff like that, and actually admire me or whatever. And or like some random TV producers that are quite successful. So you never know who your audience is or who's reading you. So that's the problem with statistics, stuff like that, is that, like, you know, let's say you're like, oh, I'm so depressed, only 10 people watch my video or read my blog post or whatever. But like, what if one of those 10 people was Kanye West or Jay-Z or Elon, right? And so, yeah, 던져봐. So my practical suggestion is just share it or send it, like, assuming that the other person's gonna read it or, you know, feel gratitude. Even like I think I did an article, like 10 things Martin Parr taught me about street photography, pretty comprehensive. I actually sent a link to Martin Parr, and he's like, oh, thank you, Eric, very comprehensive. So even people who are super rich and successful and famous could also, you know, feel gratitude. So usually when you know, promote something or share, yeah, 잘했어요. A simple thought is just publish it, put it out there, blog it, and then also feel free to email the people directly and just notify them that you've actually shared the thing with them. Okay, 던져봐. 던져봐, 맛동. Yeah, splashy. Yeah, 던져봐. 박수. My next company is going to be called the Kim Dynasty or the Seneca Foundation or the Seneca Company, named after my son. All right, but anyways, 박수. But anyways, yeah, so you know, I like this idea that the world is not zero sum. It's actually 던져봐. 하나 leaf 있네. 호둑. 호둑. That the world is not zero sum, it's super additive, which means like the thing that a lot of companies need to realize, yeah, 그치 말동, right? Like for example, Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, TV, Apple TV, whatever. They're not competition actually, on the contrary. Like people can have more than one subscription, right? So the ideal is actually you have a Disney Plus account, you have a Hulu Plus account, you have a YouTube Premium account, etc. And it seems like people are voracious for entertainment or media of all sorts and forms. So, and certainly, I mean, there is, you know, only a limited amount of minutes or hours you could do in a day. But it does seem that the average person does sacrifice their sleep to consume more media. So just consider yourself as, you know, not taking away, or other people aren't taking away from you. 그치 말동. So whenever you feel like somebody's competition or you feel envious or jealous of them, it tends to be a bad sign that you are actually feel like you're in a weak position. 그치 말동. But once you're like, you know, you feel like you're a billionaire, right? Then you just kind of realize it's all upside, no downside. And yeah, just nice things, like you know, promote other people, your things, and then you kind of spread the knowledge and the wealth. And 그치 말동, right? And something I also discovered too is that like your life is short and limited. You can't do everything that you want to do, even though you would like to do it. And this has actually been the benefit of having a kid, is your time becomes more restricted, so you actually have to be more creative. So, you know, even a great thing is, you know, as Seneca's playing, throwing rocks into the puddle, to the pond, I'm using this opportunity to vlog 그치 말동 on my GoPro, make sure he don't fall in the water. 물 enjoy. And yeah, and just like a practical thought too is like, if you're gonna do videos and stuff like that, and you know, you got like your family member or kids in it, just disable the likes and the views and the comments on YouTube. 그치 말동. Because like, I mean, I could personally handle like people saying mean things about me on the internet, but I don't want to do it to people I love and care about. And just by default, honestly, at this point, likes, views, comments on YouTube are quite useless. Just disable all of it. Actually, in fact, if YouTube was very intelligent, part of the YouTube premium account, I'm part of the family plan, I think it's totally worth it, is have the option to disable comments, views, likes, and stuff like that. Disable autoplay, stuff like that, because you know, numbers are distracting. And even like YouTube designers, like, you know, if you're watching this, you're part of the YouTube Google team, whatever, you're an engineer or designer, just think to yourself like, design the app or the thing as if your kids were glued to it all day. Like, what would you do, what would you not do? So for example, you would probably not allow your kid to just veg out in front of YouTube on your iPad or iPhone with autoplay for 30 hours straight, you know, and then serving your kids like these kind of like very strange backwards kind of videos. 그치 말동. And something, the reason I also like, I don't let Seneca watch YouTube is, I mean, certainly there's lots of good stuff on YouTube, but the problem is that like sooner or later, especially since like kids are pretty good at clicking the related videos, whatever, essentially the videos that end up starting to get suggested become very weird and bizarre, and actually just like, I don't like it. Like it just kind of creeps me out, so I don't like that. So instead what I do is, you know, on my iPhone, iPad, my MacBook Pro laptop, I let him watch videos of himself, like videos I've recorded. 그치만 우와 메가 돌멩이 던져봐. Yeah. Of himself and myself, and actually it's fun too because I like to watch the videos of our activities together. And because I also think that the 던져봐. 멀리 던져. 멀리. 아빠처럼 하니 멀리. Yeah. 멀리 던져. 한지 하나 둘 멀리. Yeah. 잘했어요. The thing that I kind of didn't understand was actually you know, the typical thought is iPad, iPhone is evil for kids, but in actuality I think actually it's YouTube which is the culprit, right? Like 던져봐. The iPad and iPhone by itself, it's, you know, it's a great piece of technology. I personally love it. I mean, I much prefer to compute and write and video and vlog and stuff on my iPad than I do my laptop. The problem is just when you just turn on YouTube or YouTube Kids, whatever, and you just let your kid randomly watch these kind of thought degenerating things is my thought. But anyways, that's just my opinion. So yeah, just promote other people, pimp out other people, pimp out, you know, there's a show Pimp My Crib, Pimp My Ride, pimp out your friends and pimp out people you admire.